the real reason your horse is spooky. And this might actually surprise you. This horse was labeled as dangerous, unpredictable, and everyone kept telling her to just keep flooding him, keep desensitizing him, keep putting him under more pressure. Sound familiar? What we actually did changed absolutely everything. And it goes to show the clear misunderstanding between how humans interpret things and how a horse interprets things. Hi, I'm Nika. I have over 30 years in the equestrian industry, all the way from a flat jockey to representing Great Britain and as a pre-St. George rider. My goal and mission now is to teach and give you guys as much information and value when it comes to really understanding your horse's body, really understanding their behavior so that you can heal your horse. Have you ever worked with a gelding, a mare, a stallion that is just unpredictable? You can do the same routine when it comes to riding, when it comes to the management, when it comes to bringing them out of the stable, the paddock. You've tried the hacking, you've tried absolutely every gadget device out there, and the horse still spooks. You've gone on the vet route, you've eliminated pain, ulcers, everything that we do, right? We get the tick box added and created and done. We've got the saddle fitter, we've got the physio, we've got the dentist, we've got the farrier. And probably about £5,000 later, you're thinking, what's the point right now? Because nothing has changed and my horse is still spooky. He's still unpredictable. This is the horse that I was introduced during my travels. And do you know what? I'm so grateful for failing. Genuinely. Now, having been a chiropractor for over 8 years and a body worker from a soft tissue perspective for over 9 years, I've recognized that all my failures have led me to where I am today and where I can confidently not only work with an unpredictable, dangerous horse, but also do it in a safe way for both the horse and their nervous system and my own. And I'm going to share exactly with you the approach I take. For those of you that don't know, I help horse owners, riders, and therapists with a method that I've created called the AAA. In this method, if you're struggling to understand your horse, if you don't know why they are showing the behavior they are or why they are feeling the way they are in the saddle, no matter what body work you get doing or what vet comes to look at your horse, this method will get you closer to the solution. I'm going to share it with you. The first one is using the AA approach is assessing. Assessing by looking at the horse in every single environment. So with the spooky gelding, looking at him in the stable, looking at him in the field, looking at him under saddle, no saddle rider, you get the point. There are always patterns. Sometimes the patterns are not that obvious because we as humans try and overcomplicate it. But when we keep it very simple, we recognize patterns and linked to a trigger. There is always something to set the animal off. They are responding to the environment. A really good way of looking at it is a nervous system. A horse has a spine, has a nervous system, so do you, so do I. We will respond to the environment depending on how our nervous system is. So if you're someone who's a little bit anxious today, you might respond to the environment a little bit more high alert. You might be a little bit more triggered and might be a little bit short, snappy with people around you. Why, would an animal or a horse in particular be any different? I'd love to know your thoughts. And if you haven't already, please remember to give me a subscribe, follow, and a like. I really am on a mission to share all my knowledge and give you guys the best value that I can. The second day is ask questions. So after you've done this assessment, start asking as many questions as you can. Please don't get bamboozled, if that's a word, or overwhelmed by thinking, I'm now working with a vet, and this is a world famous vet or world famous chiropractor, and they must know everything. We're humans. Everyone is human. Everyone can make a mistake. Everyone can make human error. And we also not are always performing the best ourselves. So don't be afraid if you don't understand anything or you're asking or you want to know why maybe your horse has been diagnosed with a particular problem, or for example, in this case, why this horse is spooky despite having everything checked, despite having everything ruled out, There is always a reason. So through asking questions, we really got to understand this horse's pattern. We got to understand why he was responding the way he was. And guess what? There is always a trigger. Now, as a body worker, if you're watching this thinking, how do you treat a horse that is dangerous, kicks out, spooky? There is always a way. And the way is through the AAA. The way is to always assess, ask, adjust. Always take it slow. When I first started as a chiropractor, as a body worker, I was on a mission to do the best job, and I still am. But I've recognized that so much of our work is very much dependent on how the horse not only responds to the treatment on the day, what is going on in their environment, what is going on with their nervous system, but also our own. Because if we're showing up as a therapist, as a professional, as the rider, not feeling ourselves, maybe we're a bit flat, maybe we had no sleep, maybe we're just a bit cranky, maybe we're at a particular stage of our hormone cycle as a female and it's affecting our energy, our strength. This is fact. This doesn't make you weak. So why would a horse be any different? And why would that horse that's maybe more stimulated through his nervous system then not also pick up that, oh, the rider's not well today. The rider's a little bit unsure today. They pick this up. And it's done without speaking. It's done through how we approach. It's done through how we interact, what energy we're giving off, and how we're feeling deep down. The horses feel that. They see it. They sense it. It's magical, and I know it might sound a little bit airy-fairy, but I feel it, and I know you do too. The third thing that I do is adjust. So if I'm going to do an adjustment, especially on a dangerous horse, I'm doing it step by step, one little bit at a time, and then I step away. I allow the horse to process, and I also allow myself to watch the horse. Because the nervous system can't experience something and process it at the same time. Think about that again. The nervous system can't process and experience at the same time. So if we're applying an adjustment or a pressure, that is an experience. Then to step away and allow the horse, the nervous system to process, allow you not only to observe, but that is when I see the biggest change. Think about this in every situation. So when we have a horse that is overstimulated and we keep doing more, are we then allowing the horse to experience and process at the same time? Or are we just keep throwing things at for an experience, which could heighten the stimulation? I'd love to know your thoughts. Please let me know and comment below. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. So when it came to this spooky horse, applying the 3A meant that I managed to work with this horse successfully over the last 2 weeks. Not every day. I did it on a day when I asked these 4 questions. What's going on with myself? What's going on with the horse? What's going on with the environment? What's going on with, in this case, the rider who was telling me everything? Those 4 factors really played amidst, and I made sure that every time I worked with him one-to-one, I checked in with myself first. He responded well to that. And I'd love to know if you've had a similar experience. Comment below and let me know your thoughts.